Hey everyone, Clarky here, welcome back to another video. Today I'm back, and today we are back with another ranking video where we are ranking every single starting map, every single launch map in Call of Duty Zombies ranked worst to best. Now before I get this started, there's a lot of things that we need to go through before we get into ranking worst to best videos. For one, I don't hate any Zombies maps. If you've known me for way too long, you know that I like every single Zombies map for what it is. Sure, I'll like ones more than others, but I don't hate any at all. Heck, I don't even hate Transit. Like, boys, like, I don't even hate Transit. I like all the maps for what they are. Keep that in mind. My list will definitely get hated. But keep in mind that I hate none of these maps, and I like all of them for what they are. Just letting people know out there if you don't know how I function when it comes to zombies and how much I like every single map for what they are. But anyway, there are 14 maps in total for launch, so we are counting Treyarch and non-Treyarch maps here, and some people count Nuketown Zombies. Now, I was skeptical into adding in Nuketown Zombies to this list, but I've decided not to because it apparently launched 1 month after Black Ops 2 released, so just keeping you all in mind in there, the fact that it didn't launch, Nuketown Zombies never launched on Black Ops 2, unless I'm wrong. Let me know in the comment section down below, and if I am wrong, I'll leave my list on where I'd put Nuketown in the comment section down below after this video is released. But yeah, let's get right into it. But coming in at number 14, you already see it on the screen, it is Transit. Now, Transit, again, I like. There's just reasons. Now, Transit as a whole is actually not bad playing with friends, but playing it solo is not the best time. And as you guys know, I did attempt to do every single Easter egg in one stream, including non-Treyarch maps. It never went well. We only got to Buried, and I felt fucking tired as shit. And there'll be a part 2 though, promise. There will be a part 2. But doing Transit, I done it with Expert Fusion. I done it with Port Plays, and I done it with someone else, and I can't remember. I'm probably a dickhead for this, but hey-ho, I think it was Flamer. But doing the Easter Egg 4-player and with friends was actually really fun playing it. But playing it solo as a whole, it's just not fun. And as you know, the recent Zombies Replay episode on my Zombies Replay series, the last episode I done was Transit, and Nuketown will be coming soon. Promise. But as of right now, Transit, if you guys want to see more of an explanation on Transit with mine and Master 6's and Killer J456's opinion, then I'll link that in the description below as well. But honestly, Transit as a whole, the map is way too big. I know, like, that's one of the reasons why people hate it, and I'm not going to say the fog. I'm not going to say the fog, because we all know why the fog was added into Transit. Now, if you guys don't know why the fog was added into Transit, the reason why the fog was added into Transit is because this wasn't prepared for last gen. This wasn't supposed to be made for last gen, and if we just done it without no fog, then basically what would happen was basically there'd be texture glitches everywhere around the map. So it's either you want to see texture glitches around the map, or you have fog that's blocking it. So Treyarch done a good thing, but also did a thing to the point where it's just we didn't want the fog. We didn't want the fog. I do like how the map does work and stuff, how it does involve the bus. The bus is probably my favourite thing. And doing the Easter egg as a whole with friends, again, I find that shit fun. I actually do find the Easter egg fun with friends. And of course, you can only do this 2-player to 4-player, so I really can't say much. But as a whole, I definitely do find this Easter egg really fun to do with friends, especially when it comes to people knowing what they're doing. In my case, when I tried to do the Transit Easter egg with the lads, I knew jack shit. I forgot everything. But apart from that, I really did have fun at the end of the day, so yeah. But as a whole, I think the map is okay. It had a lot of hate, but now it's became a meme, and now it's became a map that people like a lot. Master 6, Killer J456, I'm looking at you lads. But honestly, the map as a whole, it's really cool. My only hate for it is the map is way too big, but yet again, you have the bus, and that's why the bus is probably my favourite system within this map. So as long as you don't miss the bus, you are in good shape. And then as a whole, there's the lava. The lava I don't really like, especially if you do miss the bus and you need to survive in one area until the bus comes back, which can take forever, lad. Seeing as the map is really big, and then going on fourth with just the lava in general and the denizens. The denizens are annoying, boys. If we get a transfer master and those fuckers return, please don't make them annoying, Treyarch. That's all I beg for. But as a whole, I really don't mind the denizens the more I've played Transit. It's just They're annoying as hell. They're annoying as hell, if you guys haven't realised. They are really, really annoying. So, but apart from that, as a whole, I really do not mind Trans as a map. I thought it was an okay launch map. It was really big. It was really different. It was really new. But was it the launch map we wanted? I don't know. I'll leave your guys' opinions in the comment section down below. But yeah, that is why Trans is coming in at the number 14 spot. Next up, we have the map that started Zombies as a whole, World at War Not. Now, this was the first ever map in Zombies history, keep in mind. Now, the reason why I'm putting it this low, it's not because like I hate it or anything. Again, I don't hate any Zombies map. I'm probably going to mention that every single map that I mention. Just keep in mind that I don't hate any. But the reason why I'm putting World at War Not at this low is not because it's like super old or anything or it's boring. I actually like World at War Not. It's challenging and I really do like how the map is just a simple ass survival map. And again, this is the map that started Zombies as a whole, and it did have some storyline as well. At least I think I did. But basically, just as a whole, Not as of right now, it's not a map that I'd preferably go back to unless I was doing like a stream or something. But as of right now, if I were to go back to Nat, it'd either be because I'm doing a challenge for a stream or just a video like this, for example. And Nat as a whole, it's cool. It's a really cool map. You have the flamethrower, you have the ray gun, you have no perks, so it is challenging. But at the end of the day, I hate how the zombies are just way too slow. And it's just, again, not a map that I preferably go back to all the time, seeing as we're now in the future where we have maps like Zombies in Spaceland or Blood of the Dead, Classified or Shadows of Evil, or stuff like the Rising Dragon stuff. Just because we've got future games and future maps like those, it's just difficult to come back to like maps like these. Well, I wouldn't say it's difficult, it's just something that like we wouldn't play, because like as Zombies goes on, they're expanding and making things more epic, as you would say. But as a whole, Nat, I really don't mind. I don't think it's the worst. I don't think it's bad at all. It's just simply not a map that I go back to all the time to play, because as you know, and I'm going to say this because the next maps that I'm going to mention will probably trigger some people, but the next maps that I'm going to mention is going to involve the reasons on just the fact that I do Easter eggs more than high rounds. So keep that in mind. For the rest of the maps I'm about to mention, the reason why I most likely put them on that certain spot of the list is due to the fact that I do Easter eggs more than high rounds. Not the fact that I hate high rounds as a whole, I actually do like doing high rounds thanks to Cold War Zombies, but as a whole, I mainly just do like doing Easter eggs more than high rounds. So just keep that in mind, lads, just keep that in mind. But yeah, that's reason why Nat's coming at the number 13 spot. There's really nothing to do, and as the point where we've gone loads of maps like Zitspo, The Rising, Gorod, 9, Voyage, whatever, it's just to the point where it's just a map that we would hardly come back to anymore. But I'd still come back to it here and then for like a challenge video or something, but apart from that, that's really it, to be honest. But that's why Nat is coming at the number 13 spot. Okay, now I know this is really going to offend a lot of motherfuckers out there, because I know a lot of people actually do like 5 now, but coming in at the number 12 spot is indeed 5. Now, I don't hate 5, keep that in mind, I've got reasons. One of the reasons, like I did mention in World at War Nat, is due to the fact that it's a cool map, probably one of the best maps for characters as a whole. I really do like the characters of Fidel Castro, JFK Kennedy, and probably one of the best intro cutscenes ever, to be honest. Like, boys, if you've seen that 500 cutscene and you've been along in Zombies Forever, you will be saying, oh, it's nostalgic, and boys, there's bloody memes of this intro cutscene that's that good. But as a whole, 5 as a map is cool. I really do think it's cool that we are playing inside the Pentagon, and honestly, it's really goddamn cool. But if I had to say something, if anything, it's just, I don't know. It's a 5's a map, again, I would preferably come back to, just cause, again, there are future maps out there to the point where I'd mainly play them more than 5. I don't hate 5. It's just, again, I am mainly an Easter egg person, and 5 as a whole, it's a definitely the coolest map. Pentagon, probably the coolest characters for a map in Zombies history. And just as a whole, I don't necessarily hate 5. I don't really have a reason to just say why I'd put it at the spot. It's just something I necessarily would not come back to like a lot. And again, a map that I like, and I'm glad Classified did happen, because Classified is one of the reasons why 5 is now getting more popularity. It's because Classified made the Winter's Hill better, it fixed a lot of changes that 5 had, and Boys, I don't know what the highest round on this map is solo, but if it's like 200 or something, like, boys, that's goddamn nuts. But as a whole, if I wanted to do a map for a stream, like a challenging map, 5 would definitely be there, because, hey, I'm trash at zombies. If you don't find 5 challenging, that's okay. But 5 as a whole, I definitely do think it is challenging to the point where Novacalls can just annoy you. The Winter's Hill and Black Ops 1 specifically is not the best wonder weapon, but it does help you out. And then along with that, you do have the ray gun, but yet again, there are people out there who mainly just use the crossbow along with just the Mustang and Sally's and then the Winter's Hill, or just the ray gun, or just not use the Winter's Hill at all. But heck, 5, I do love its map. I love the intro cutscene. I love the aesthetic the map has. I love how it's in the Pentagon. The characters are goddamn amazing on this map. There's really nothing much I can say apart from the 5. It's just the fact that the future maps that we have now within just zombies in general are just maps I'd play more, either due to the fact that they have an Easter egg, or just the fact that it's just something I wouldn't come back to all the time. Again, I don't hate any map in Call of Duty Zombies, just again pointing that out before people say anything. It's just there will be maps I like more than others, but I don't hate any of them. I do love 5 because I think 5 is really, really fucking cool as hell, and definitely till this day I think it is still a bit underrated, but hey ho, that's it. But that's why 5 is coming at the number 12 spot. Okay, now I'm really going to get bashed on the head for this. So coming in at the number 11 spot is Kino the Totem. The main reason, and I don't hate Kino before anyone says anything, the main reason why Kino is at the number 11 spot is because Easter eggs. Again, I am mainly an Easter egg person. I like doing high rounds, but I am mainly an Easter egg person. Now, keep in mind that Kino is one of those maps where you come back and play with your friends to the point where it's just super fun. You had the thunder gun, you had the ray gun, and heck, one of the main things I really hate about Kino, if we're talking about dislikes here, is definitely the Novacalls. If anything, that's really it. To be honest, all I can say about Kino when it comes to dislikes, because as a whole, the Novacalls on this map, boys, it could be annoying as hell. Like, if you haven't played Kino, boys, just be aware for those assholes. Like, they are really goddamn annoying. But as a whole, Kino definitely involved a lot of storyline when it came to the radios and the film tape reels, which I definitely think is one of the coolest mini Easter eggs as a whole. And for one, you're in a goddamn theatre, boys. Like, I'm glad this shit got remastered in BO3, because I loved Black Ops 1 Kino to Totem, and the fact that they made it look more of an authentic theatre within Black Ops 3, boys, that's just how you know Kino to Totem is an amazing map. But again, as a whole, Kino, amazing map, I don't hate at all. Just again, the reason why I am putting it at the number 11 spot is due to the fact that, again, the future maps that we have within Call of Duty Zombies as of right now has Easter eggs, and just main Easter eggs specifically. I love Kino to bits, man. There's really not much I can say apart from the fact that it's just the fact that it's not a map that I'd always go back to, especially how in Black Ops 3 we do have Kino to Totem now, and if I was playing Black Ops 3, I definitely would do Kino to Totem on Black Ops 3 more than Black Ops 1. Don't hate the Black Ops 1 version at all, it's just preferably because I've played Black Ops 3 more, and I do like the Black Ops 3 system more. I definitely would enjoy Black Ops 3's Kino to Totem more than Black Ops 1's. But apart from that, that's really it, to be honest. I really love Black Ops 1's Kino to Totem, but that's really it, to be honest. That's all I can say. But anyway, let's hop into the number 10 spot. Coming in at the number 10 spot, we have Exo Zombies Outbreak. Now, honestly, if anything, from what I've seen from the people who have played Exo Zombies or Advanced Warfare Zombies, it seems to be most people really do like Outbreak. Now, Outbreak, I'm gonna be honest, I actually think it is a good map. Not just specifically because it fits Exo Zombies, it really does, but it really just feels like a casual playing map. Like, it would definitely it just feels like a good map. The Easter egg is simple. Sure, you've got RNG with the EM1 in there and it's a pain in the ass to get, sure. But it really is just a plain casual map. Ombre, I know you're going to hate me for putting this at number 10, but your boy's got to do it. And honestly, Exo Zombies as a whole just is alright, to be honest. I thought the start of Exo Zombies was amazing, with Outbreak just being a calm, simple playing map, just getting you into the environment of Exo Zombies, getting you used to the exosuits, the new system, how there's power generators everywhere for specific perk stations and stuff. I thought it was a cool idea, but again, like I've said, just compared to the other maps that are now in the future within Zombies and the maps that we have now, it's just it's just not there. Again, I love Exo Zombies. I love Outbreak. It's just compared to the other maps, I don't know. I have really not much to say apart from the fact that I do love Outbreak, and there really isn't much to say bad or anything about, just because it feels like it did its job. It suited in as a good map to get into this new system of exosuits and zombies. So honestly, I am really glad that a map like this has done its job well, getting its new feel for the new system that is Exo Zombies and stuff, and just everything, to be honest. So I really do think Sledgehammer did a good job on Exo Zombies and stuff, so GG's on that, Sledgehammer. But apart from that, that's really all I can say about Exo Zombies and just Outbreak, to be honest. And that is why it's coming in at the number 10 spot. Coming in at the number 9 spot, we have the Final Reich from World War II Zombies. Now, the Final Reich, I was debating whether to put the Outbreak over the Final Reich or not, but the reason why I'm putting the Final Reich over Outbreak is due to the fact that it's a simple map to start off its season, where the notebook tells you what to do for the Easter egg. It shows basically the Wonder Weapons upgrades for this map is actually really cool with the Tesla gun and such. And along with it just being a cool ass map, I know along with World War II's DLC season, people started to hate it, but if anything, if a bunch of y'all have played World War II Zombies, I think most people would agree that Final Reich was the best map in World War II Zombies. Personally, I'd say the Shadowed Throne, but most of the time, people just did not like the DLC season within World War II Zombies. But definitely, the Final Reich was really cool. It had a hardcore Easter egg. It had 2-ass Easter eggs, which I thought was really cool. Like, Black Ops 3 never had that. At least I'm pretty sure Black Ops 3 never had that. But we never had that since bloody Black Ops 2. And I know you might be thinking, but with Infinite Warfare, you can do it with Director's Cut. Yes, I do know. I know there was that within Zombies of Spaceland, but that was not on launch. That was until after you completed all the DLC Easter eggs. And the fact that they had 2 Easter eggs on launch, where they had an easy Easter egg where you just had to get the normal Tesla gun and not get any of the upgrades and do extra steps, or do the hardcore Easter egg where you had to get all the upgrades and do different steps as well, along with doing the casual Easter egg steps as well. It can definitely be a pain in the ass, especially solo. Goddamn hate doing it solo. But as a whole, Final Reich was a definitely cool map, especially with its boss fight on the Easter egg, and just the storyline as a whole on this map, introducing us to Straub and just the characters in general. I thought it was really cool. But apart from that, I can understand why people really did hate World War II Zombies or the Final Reich in general. People didn't like the system, people didn't like how Jug worked in this game. There was a lot of reasons why people just did not like World War II Zombies. But as a whole, I could definitely say Final Reich was definitely a cool ass launch map to launch. I remember someone, I think it was DK, who was in my chat saying one of the best launch maps in Zombies history. And honestly, I want to agree, but just with the future maps that we've had, especially with Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, and even Cold War Zombies at this point, I definitely do think that World War II Zombies Final Reich is still definitely a cool ass launch map. So bless Sledgehammer, boys, bless Sledgehammer. But that's all I can say for the Final Reich, boys, and that is why it is coming at the number 9 spot. Coming at the number 8 spot, and I know this is going to piss people off, but it's the Giant. Now, the Giant came along with Black Ops 3 Season Pass, so you basically got 2 maps on launch if you had the Black Ops 3 Season Pass, Shadows of Evil, and along with the Giant. Now, the Giant is an amazing map on the Reese remaster, where you're basically playing as the premise characters, and it's just a simple survive. It's just the Reese. All you're doing is surviving. It's the Black Ops 3 system along with the Gobblegums, and it is really cool. You can unlock you can unlock Stamina Up or Deadshot for the Monkey Easter egg when throwing them into the teleport, and along with doing the Annihilator Easter egg. That's if you do want to go for the Annihilator, but along with that, there's really nothing much I can say for the Reese. Now, again, the reason why I am putting the Giant at number 8 is because the rest of the maps that I am going to mention, again, is due to it just being, there's just more stuff to do in the other maps, and the fact that they have Easter eggs as well in them. And I know the Giant has an Easter egg, but I'm, again, talking about main Easter eggs and stuff that involves cutscenes and stuff and that. Just, that's my personal opinion. Again, I don't hate the Giant at all. I think the Giant is an amazing map, by the way, an amazing map. I definitely don't think it's bad or stuff. Again, it's just that map where it's rare for me to come back to, because most of the time I'm playing maps that have like main Easter eggs like 9 and Zombies of Spaceland or Raven and Redwoods and stuff. It's just different is all. And honestly, there's really nothing much I can say for the Giant apart from the fact that it's a good map to play with friends and such. It's really chill, and honestly it brings back that nostalgia vibe. And I remember when Black Ops 3 launched, heck, I stopped playing zombies after Exos. I remember like Mr. T-Lex fight always grinding on the Giant. My man was almost at Master Prestige and DLC 1 never even goddamn released. But Jesus Christ, it was really fun with how the Giant went with BO3, because even though it's been remastered in Black Ops 1, even though it was already in World at War, Black Ops 3 versions took it another step further, along with added in Gobblegums and of course the Wonder Wolf, not having the jug glitch and stuff. But the Giant definitely had a really fun moments, and there's a lot of people still playing the Giant till this day, doing Storm Room challenges, doing just a lot of shit on the Giant, to be honest. So yeah, the Giant, it's really nothing much I can say about it. An amazing map, an amazing remaster, just to chill, play with friends, maybe do some speedruns, go up against each other, who can see who can get the Annihilator first and stuff. But apart from that, Giant, love it. There's really not much I can say about it apart from the fact that it's just a simple, cool map to chill on. But yeah, that is why the Giant is coming at the number 8 spot. So now we're getting into the Black Ops 4 shiz, and in the number 7 spot, we have Void of Despair. Now, Void of Despair, as you know, 4 maps launched with Black Ops 4 zombies if you got the Black Ops Pass. If you never got the Black Ops Pass, you got 3 maps. And if you got the Black Ops Pass, you got 3 maps along with Classified, which we will get into. But the number 7 spot is going to Void of Despair. Now, honestly, I don't think, the more I've played Void and the more days Call of Duty Zombies goes on in general, I look back at Void and think, you know what, this map personally isn't as bad as I think it is. Now, I didn't fight Void as a whole when people were hating on it, still do by the way, but I don't think Void is a bad map at all. I genuinely think it's cool that it is a Titanic. I can see why people saying it's complicated to get around, you could get lost easily. Personally, the boss, boys, I think everyone can agree, if you've done this Easter egg, the boss fight is one of the best boss fights in Zombies history. That boss fight, that boss fight is amazing, man. And the music Easter egg as well. If my mate's watching this, he'll probably like be telling me to start saying good stuff about the music Easter egg on this map. But Voyage as a whole, I definitely really do not mind. The Easter egg can be tedious, and the only bad thing I personally just hate about the Easter egg, because the more I've done the Easter egg, the more to the point where I've just gotten used to it. But the one thing that I hate, and this is for every map, but because of Black Ops 4's system and just everything on how it works, is the RNG for the box. You literally need 3 things from the box to get this Easter egg done. So you need the Helion Salvo, you need the Kraken, and you need Homunculus. Well, it is possible to do it without Homunculus. It's just really difficult. But Homunculus, good luck to doing it without Homunculus in that boss fight. Homunculus, doing the boss fight without Homunculus in this map is really difficult. But as a whole, Void of Despair, I definitely don't think it's that bad of a map. I definitely do think it is personally underrated. I definitely do think it's not, like, I can see why people hate it, but honest to God, the more I've done Voyage, the more I've come to the point where I actually really do not mind the map as a whole. I definitely do think it is cool that it's Titanic. I think everyone can agree, whether you hate Voyage or not, can agree that it is really cool that they have a map on the Titanic. But just one of the things is that the fact that the Titanic had a lot of despair, and Voyage failed to deliver that despair, because unlike Blood, we had a lot of emotion to Richtofen's death, but when it came to Voyage, it was just simply, oh, we're on the Titanic, that's cool and stuff. But the Titanic, a real life tragedy, and we never felt like just any sort of tragedy and emotion to this map at all, and that's one of the main reasons why people did not like this map. So yeah, and I can really understand why. As a whole, I definitely do think it is still cool, but I am going to agree with that point, of the fact that the Titanic, a real life event that was full of tragedy and goddamn despair, and Voyage just never had that emotion as much as Blood did when it came to that ending cutscene. But Apart from that, that's really all I can say for Void of Despair. It's definitely a really cool map. I definitely don't mind stuff like the planet step and stuff. The more I've played, I definitely think it's an underrated map, but the whole thing with like the tragedy and just the emotion within this map, I definitely do agree on that point and why people do hate this map, because again, like I said, the Titanic, a real life tragedy, and the fact that they made a map and we had no emotion for it compared to Blood, yeah, it kind of sucks. It really sucks. So yeah, I definitely do agree with the people who have said that. But yeah, that is why Voyage is coming at the number 7 spot. Coming in at the number 6 spot, we have Classified. Now, Classified is a 5 remake, and honestly, I goddamn love this map, man. It's a simple, chill map. It has a cool mini Easter egg, which some people actually consider the main Easter egg. If you guys don't know, the main Easter egg on this map is to actually get to around 150. Yeah, a lot of people really don't like that. I have done it 3 times for reasons. But Classified as a whole, I definitely do think the ending cutscene is cool. The reason why most people didn't like the ending cutscene was due to the fact that the work towards it, like getting to around 150 for a cutscene, people just did not like at all. Personally, I thought the cutscene was cool. If you just take the cutscene, that's literally it. Most people consider the Project Scary Easter egg to be the main Easter egg just because around 150 is tedious as hell. I think a lot of people can agree that it's tedious as hell, especially on the Black Ops 4 system. But Project Scary is basically where you collect 4 secret codes, put it into a computer in the 2nd floor, and once you do that, you go to Area 51, also known as the Moon Starting Room, and you then unlock the free Winter's Hill. And there's a lot of different buffs that they made compared to 5, where they buffed the Winter's Hill to make it good compared to Black Ops 1's, and the jazzy theme to Classified that it has. Every round change, it gives it that like little jazz theme, just like Shadows of Evil did when it launched, so I definitely thought that was really cool. They added in new rooms to the first floor, which I've definitely found really cool. They added in the server room on the 2nd floor as well, and to the 3rd floor, there was really nothing apart from the fact that you still had the laboratory and stuff, but apart from that, that was really it. But Classified as a whole is definitely just a really fun, chill map to play with friends. It's like Transit, but it's not Transit, because Transit had a lot of problems. In this case, I personally see the only problem with Classified is really just around 150 Easter egg, because I get like most people would want that cutscene, but apart from that, it's just, it's Black Ops 4. But apart from that, Classified, I definitely do think it is a really cool map to chill out with friends and stuff. And honestly, most of the time, like on launch of Black Ops 4, I definitely played Classified the most out of anything until the 9 Easter egg was solved. When the 9 Easter egg was solved, I then instantly hopped on 9 and started grinding 9 all the time. But Classified as a whole, whether the 150 Easter egg was solved at the time or anything, I mainly played it just to like chill out, you know? It was a fun map to grind out and level XP. It was just a really fun map to play, so I'm really glad Classified did happen, and I'm glad a 5 remake happened, because honestly, I can see most of the people that hate 5 come back to this map and think, damn, they really made 5 good. Because I honestly, whether I like 5 or not, I definitely do really like the original 5, but Classified made it even better in my opinion. So GG's to Treyarch there, man. Honestly, I'm really happy with how Classified's turned out. Again, just really the main problem with Classified is really the 150 Easter egg. Apart from that, just do Project Scary. You get a reward, you get free I'm not sure if you get XP, right? But I don't know. But you at least get a free Winter's Hill instead of having to spend the box, wasting your points. So you can go buy perks along with doing a mini side Easter egg, getting the free Winter's Hill. And also, if you knock on the store 4 times or 5, one of the two, you get a lot of Nova crawlers spawning, and you can use your Strife with the bayonet pistol, the bayonet knife, sorry, to the point where you can just grind out a lot of points. And honestly, it is really, really fun. So yeah, if I had to recommend a map like for launch, I definitely really recommend Classified as one of them. So yeah, Classified, I love you lads, I love you lads. But yeah, that's why Classified is coming at the number 6 spot. So coming in at the number 5 spot, we have Blood of the Dead. Now I know this will surprise a lot of people, seeing as a lot of people do hate Blood of the Dead. But as time has went on, I personally have seen a lot of people like Blood of the Dead more. Now, I'm not going to mention its Easter egg due to the fact that the main reason why people hate Blood of the Dead, it's due to its Easter egg. But the map as a whole, simply playing for high rounds, playing with friends, and listening to that goddamn music Easter egg is awesome. I personally like Blood of the Dead. I love Blood of the Dead. Do I like it more than Mob? That's up for debate. But as a whole, I definitely do like Blood of the Dead for what it is. I can understand why people hate it. The Easter egg is definitely tedious in my opinion. My main reason for hating the Easter egg is that the fact that it mainly does involve the shield. If they simply made it to the point where, say you had a lot of soul charges and then when your shield breaks, you lose them. That's why I don't necessarily think the Easter egg is definitely... The Easter egg is definitely cool, but the fact that when you have a lot of shield charges and your shield just breaks, and the fact that you just lose all those soul charges, heck, it makes sense. But goddamn, it's annoying and it's tedious. And then it makes you having to go through more rounds and killing more zombies. And then what if your shield breaks again when you have a warden or just more zombies because of the higher rounds? It's definitely a pain in the goddamn ass. But as a whole, I definitely do think Blood of the Dead is cool. It definitely has a lot of emotion to it, more than goddamn Voyage. And, boys, that ending cutscene, boys, I've never cried so much in my life. I never cried at the end of the cutscene, but I did feel emotional to it. And boys, I remember a few days before Black Ops 4 Zombies released, the bloody, Blood of the Dead cinematic trailer, me and my friends were, reacting to it, and goddamn, boys, we were getting goosebumps. We were getting goddamn goosebumps. Honestly, I still think Blood of the Dead is a cool map. The Easter egg is debatable whether it's good or not. I personally think it's a good Easter egg. I just hate the fact that when your shield does break and you lose all your shield charges, you just need to go through more of the rounds and stuff. And heck, it makes sense, I know. And again, the reason why Afterlife isn't in Blood of the Dead is due to the storyline. But heck, I'm fine with it, honestly. I like Blood of the Dead for what it is. There's nothing much I can say for Blood. It's just the other maps I'm about to mention I just personally like more than Blood when it comes to launch maps specifically. But as a whole, Blood of the Dead, I definitely think it's a cool map when it comes to emotion. Playing with friends, I think the Easter egg is actually alright, even when you're playing solo. But it's definitely at its best when you're playing with friends and just having a good time with it, whether you're doing the Easter egg or not. But yeah, that is why Blood of the Dead is coming at the number 5 spot. I don't think this will come to a surprise for anyone personally for the community, but coming in at the number 4 spot, it's D Machine. Now, D Machine is the newest map to release in Call of Duty Zombies as a whole within Black Ops Cold War. Now, D Machine as a whole, I think it's an alright map. It's a Nat reimagined, not a remake, because they've just plonked Nat in there, and if you guys think about it, they've done the same with Transit and a lot of other maps. So basically you have Revelations, they've plonked Nat in there, you have Transit, they've just plonked Nat in there and such. D Machine is basically the same thing to the point where it's mainly focusing on the bunker, and Nat's just there. Nat is just there. They've added in a bit of new areas to Nat, yeah, but there's just some areas that you can't go to. But that's not the whole point. The point is we're talking about the map. Now, the map as a whole in D Machine, I definitely do think it is one of the coolest story maps and one of the easiest and chillest, because if you guys think about it, if you guys want to get into Easter eggs and you've just bought Black Ops Cold War, I definitely think this is the best map. Not only to just get better at zombies, but to get better at Easter eggs as well. Because this Easter egg, personally, is one of the easiest Easter eggs out there. It's simple, easy to understand, and basically with the newest system of Cold War Zombies, boys, the Cold War Zombie system is probably the best system in Call of Duty Zombies as a whole, and that's what makes this map great in my opinion. The map as a whole, I definitely do think it is okay, but the systems, boys, in Cold War Zombies, I genuinely think it's the best systems in Call of Duty Zombies history. Now, if you guys take this, NoahJ456 tweeted out saying that it's not the maps that make the game great, it's the mechanics. And as a whole, I remember most people say the mechanics in Cold War Zombies is amazing. Boys, even people like the newest point system. I'm loving the new point system. But as a whole, in general, D Machine is definitely a cool ass map, along with going into the Dark Ether, because as you guys know, this is the Dark Ether story, and I think they're going to do this for the rest of the maps, where they're basically going to be 2 versions of the map. So you basically have the normal version of the map that I'm in right now, and then if you go for the Dark Ether pole, there will be a darker, more lighter version of the map. So you can basically do that in D Machine, and I think you'll be able to do that along with the other maps that are coming into the future for Cold War Zombies. Now, as a whole, D Machine, cool map, definitely one of those maps where you grind out for high rounds, along with just doing an Easter egg. So if anything, most people would say Nuketown Zombies is the map where you can get better at zombies. But to me, D Machine is that map where you can get better at zombies for anything, whether it comes to Easter eggs, a simple, easy Easter eggs, high rounds, whether that be camping or just strategizing, everything. I definitely think D Machine is the best map to get better at zombies if you guys ever want to improve your skills on zombies as a whole. But in that fact, I think D Machine is a cool ass map. It's just the fact that it's just really the mechanics that make it like cooler, and especially how we've gone like previous maps like Shadows of Evil and 9 and stuff. I could definitely see like why people would put it over. But heck, I don't hate D Machine. I grind the fuck out this map, and definitely is one of my personal favourites. I'm just thinking about my personal opinion, how the map flows, the Easter egg, high rounds, and just the community's opinion. That's just how I'm going with this list, in my opinion as well. So yeah, that's really it, to be honest. D Machine, I think it's a cool ass map. I think it's just a chill map to get better at zombies, and just a really just simple map to just play with friends and stuff, and along with a simple, easy Easter egg, and a cool one as well. But yeah, that is why D Machine is coming at the number 4 spot. Coming in at the number 3 spot is 9. Now, 9 is one of the best launch maps in the history of zombies, and probably one of the best maps in zombies history. 9 starts you off, and again, a casual ass map again, but 9 starts you off in a coliseum and an arena, and it's simple where you can base your perks. If you know how the perk system works in Black Ops 4 Zombies, especially for the Chaos story, you will instantly know where the perks are based. If you look around the map, you see Danu, that's where the Danu perk will be, along with Ra, Odin, Zeus, and each of them has 3 pillars to them. You have a top floor, a middle floor, and a bottom floor to each statue building, which I think is really cool. Underneath the map, you're in another circle lane where you can go to different lanes on the map. You can build the shield, and then right underneath the arena, you then have Pack Punch. The way to get Pack Punch in this map is really, really cool and really rewarding. Along with you defeating bosses and you getting points when taking their heads and placing them on the spikes to unlock Pack Punch, that is definitely a really badass way and a cool way to get Pack Punch on this goddamn map. Now, as a whole, I definitely do think the reason why 9 is loved so much is specifically because of its Easter egg and just the way the map looks and flows. Now, as you know, Black Ops 4 Zombies, one of its main reasons why it was hated is not mainly because of the maps. It was really because of the system. Black Ops 4 Zombie system was hated the most, and most of the time when I hear people now talk about Black Ops 4, it's not even the maps. I hear most people saying Black Ops 4 Zombies maps would have been better if it was in the Black Ops 3 system. Most people like 9. But the one thing that they always give it criticism is for it being on the Black Ops 4 system, along with Ancient Evil and Classified, and goddamn Alpha Omega. I know Alpha Omega was said due to it being a remake, but as a whole, it was a fun-ass remake, personally in my opinion. But as a whole, 9 is definitely a beautiful ass map, along with an amazing Easter egg. Sure, it has an easy boss fight. I think a lot of people can agree if you have done this boss fight and you've seen strategies. I think most of us can agree that this boss fight is really easy, especially with the Helo and Salvo, Spitfire. One of the two, it is really, really cool and simple. And heck, I've speedrun this map a few times, and sure, it could be stressful looking at you, Ellie, for always stealing my goddamn records for Summer Zombies. But apart from that, it was definitely really, really fun to do. And playing it with friends, and boys, when this was in Z3C2, heck, again, it can be stressful, because the one thing I really don't really like about 9 is that the fact that you always have to wait a few rounds for something to specifically activate for the Easter egg. Apart from that, I really don't mind it, and I don't really mind that you have to wait a couple of rounds. I just would prefer it where you just need to wait a couple of seconds or minutes or something, or just at least one round instead of like a couple of rounds, you know, like 3 rounds. And as a whole, I get the feeling they've done it to make it more challenging, because 9 can be a bit easy. But 9 is a fun ass map, and it can be challenging sometimes. And that's why I really like 9 for what it is. So honestly, 9 deserves to go in the top 3 spot. And I think a bunch of you can agree, whether it's in Black Ops 4 or not, 9 is an amazing map. And I think most of you will agree that 9 is a cool map. If you don't think 9 is a cool map, that's fine. This is just my opinion. But 9 definitely is personally one of my favourite maps of all time, especially for a launch map. Coming at the number 2 spot, and I know I'll get hate for this, but I know I'll get a lot of love for this because most people like Zombies in Spaceland now, but coming at the number 2 spot, it is Zombies in Spaceland. Now, Zombies in Spaceland is Infinite Warfare's first take, just keep in mind, first take ever on zombies, ever! And they made it amazing in my opinion. Zombies in Spaceland takes place in the 1980s where you're sucked in by an evil villain in a theatre called Willard's Weiler, and basically you're sent into this movie called Zombies in Spaceland that takes place in the 1980s where you're basically just surviving a horde of zombies and just everything's just gone to a mess. And honestly, it is really fun. The Easter egg can be annoying if you don't have director's cut. Personally, that's what it was for me. And as a whole, Zombies in Spaceland was just really, really fun. Boys, you got goddamn David Hasselhoff in this. What else could you ask for? Whether you have director's cut in this or not, it definitely is a really fun Easter egg. The wonder weapons in this take place in like 4 different elemental like ray guns type of stuff, and it really is awesome. Like you have the shredder, you have the discord, you have the face melter. It really is a fun map to play. Boys, you can ride a roller coaster in this map. You can literally ride a roller coaster on this map, and you can literally play arcade games, and along with playing those arcade games you can earn rewards. For instance, in this case, you can like get the forgeries, you can buy ammo, and again, this map is just a real fun treat, and I'm really glad that this happened, because when I first saw Zombies in Spaceland on the trailer, I was like, oh, I was lost for words. Knowing me, I would probably like this because I do like every single Zombies game and just every single Zombies map for what they are, but Zombies in Spaceland, I was skeptical, but you know what? Why did I even worry? It was so goddamn fun, and then along with its DLC cycle, sure, there was ups, there was downs, but Zombies in Spaceland, I think most people can agree, if you have played Infinite Warfare Zombies, it was a lot of fun. Caleb, Fanatic, Flamer, Pork, if you guys are watching this, this is for you lads, this is for you, but as a whole, I definitely really do like Zombies in Spaceland. There's really nothing I can say bad about it, apart from the fact that, well, to be honest, there really is nothing bad I could say about Zombies in Spaceland personally. There's really nothing bad. I like how you can just basically, there's different ways to earn equipment, like the boomboxes and stuff, and just the theme of the 1980s as a whole is definitely really cool. And boys, the music, oh my god, it's literally playing 1980s music while you're playing this map. Like, that is a Chad move for Infinity Ward to do. Like, that is so Chad. You cannot tell me it's not, lads. But yeah, as always, Spaceland, amazing map. There's really nothing bad I could say about it. But yeah, that is why it's coming in at the number 2 spot. Coming in at the number 1 spot, you can see on the screen, it is Shadows of Evil. Now, Shadows of Evil, when it launched, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't the biggest fans of it. I liked it, sure, but not as big of a fan of I was of Shadows of Evil until now. The more I played Shadows of Evil, the more I liked its theme, the more I liked the characters, the Easter egg, everything about it I really liked. They added in some Mob of the Dead aspects from bloody just the Beast mode, Afterlife, just everything about Shadows of Evil to me just felt amazing. And that is why I would always say Shadows of Evil is one of the best maps in Zombies history. It's just a simple, plain map, and honestly, it can be confusing when playing sometimes, sure. But the more you play it, the more you understand it, it's really fun to play, and it is definitely a treat for the Zombies community. I really love Shadows of Evil for what it is, and I remember, like, my mate always keeps saying that, how you like Shadows of Evil. And I remember, too bad for Xbox, I see you out there, my guy, I know you're watching mine. But Shadows of Evil is definitely a real amazing map, and honestly, I was debating whether to put this up first or not, along with 9 or Zombies in Spaceland. It was difficult, and honestly, just the way Shadows of Evil turned out, unlocking Pack-a-Punch, the Easter egg, the Margwa, everything about Shadows to me is really just amazing, and there's really not much I could say apart from the fact that this is an amazing map. Not just a launch map, but the map as a whole is really amazing for what it's worth. Bringing in the Apothicon storyline, and heck, we got some last gen memes in there, so yeah, you can throw them in this list, but Shadows of Evil I personally like, and I think it is personally the best launch map ever in Zombies history. But yeah, lads, that's really all I can say for this video. That's my opinion. Again, I don't hate any maps in Call of Duty Zombies. There will be ones that I like more than others. But yeah, all the maps that I've mentioned in this, I don't hate. I like all of them for what they are. So please no one hate on me in the comment section down below, please. Everyone has their opinions, especially in the year 2020. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, please subscribe, leave a like, click the notification bell, always subscribe to the channel. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next video live stream, boys. And goodbye!